You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Saturday the 13th of September 2025. It is 85 days after the summer solstice. It is 9 days before the fall equinox. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 27th day of Fructidor, the day of the Verge d'Or, the goldenrod. The sun rises today at 6:35 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:52 p.m. The sun sets today at 7:08 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 7:35 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 8:07 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes 39 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning gibbous phase and is 58% full at midday. The third quarter will arrive tomorrow. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, high tide, 3:09 a.m., 1 meter 46. In the morning, low tide, 9:05 a.m., 18 centimeters. In the afternoon, high tide, 3:31 p.m., 1 meter 74. At night, low tide, 9:57 p.m., 12 centimeters. In our shared realm of plants and animals. In such a dense urban environment, it is surprising that raccoons continue to find places to live and thrive in the neighborhood. Bold, curious, and clever, they have very agile little hands and can get into all sorts of mischief, opening bins and prying things open. They are also adept at finding places where they can establish a home in corners of garages and other neglected parts of a property. Although the incidence of rabies among raccoons is fairly rare, they do sometimes become infected. The city has a program of putting out inoculated bait to give them immunity. And so if you should see one, there is no need to be afraid. But don't feed them or encourage them. Just let them be. Commemorations. A day of mostly somber anniversaries. On this day in 1847, 6 teenaged military cadets died defending Chapultepec Castle from the invading United States Army. The Battle of Chapultepec was one of the last battles of the Mexican-American War. Mexico City would fall to the Americans under General Winfield Scott 2 days later. The cadets are remembered in Mexico as Los Niños Héroes for their brave stand. Today is a national day of remembrance in Mexico. Teenagers acting badly. On this day in 1922, the Straw Hat Riot broke out in New York City. In the 1920s, it was customary that men's summer straw hats would not be worn after mid-September. On this day, a group of teenagers gathered at Mulberry Bend in the Five Points neighborhood of Lower Manhattan. They decided to knock straw hats off men's heads. Fights began to break out as some of the men fought back. The ensuing brawl stopped traffic on the Manhattan Bridge. The police stopped the melee, but over the next 8 days, the fights escalated and spread across the city. Gangs of teenagers roamed the streets looking for men wearing straw hats. After a week of violence, with many injuries and arrests, order was restored. On this day in 1971, state police and National Guardsmen stormed Attica Prison in upstate New York to quell a prison revolt. The prisoners at Attica had violently seized control of the prison 4 days before, in protest over the atrocious conditions and cruelty at the facility. Negotiations proved futile, and Governor Rockefeller ordered the prison retaken by force. 33 inmates and 10 correctional officers and employees were killed. Attica became a rallying cry for the prisoners' rights movement. On this day in 1993, the Oslo Accords were signed at the White House. The agreement, initiated by Norway, set out a peaceful path to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The Oslo Accords held out the hope that a gradual process could lead to Palestinian self-determination living side by side with Israel. Subsequent events have dashed any prospect, any hope of peace. And that is the Observatory, Saturday the 13th of September, 2025.